season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
This for the ones look up to me. I ain't running in these streets. I just been rapping on these beats. Put all your time in your dream. If you got it.
And we are back on the West Virginia Dynasty here in the all-season, end of the season recap 2026. Your national champion winning West Virginia Mountaineers. Let's look at the bracket that we conquered. We went through Boise State after they beat Kansas State from the Big 12, went on to play Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl, and we went on to win the national title game against Oregon in a beautiful game by Nico Marisol and Jaheim White and Keyshawn Robinson, all putting up very big numbers. Let's look at the final top 25. We come in at number 1, and the lone team to beat us this season, the Texas Tech Raiders, come in at number 10 in the country. Let's look at some of the stats from this year, see how our guys did, see what the seniors did, and see how we're going to be able to replace them in this offseason. Mr. Nico Marisol, 5,200 yards, 48 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, averaging 330 yards per game. We love to see it with 33 sacks taken. Mr. Jaheim White, an 1,000-yard rusher, 209 carries, 8 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, which is huge for us, 12 broken tackles. Dunbar with 42 carries, 233 yards. Deshaun Horn, freshman, 23 carries, 122 yards in his 4 games he had to play, 2 touchdowns. Darius Farmer with the jet sweeps put over 100 yards on the board. Mr. Marquise Williams with over 56 yards on the board. Love to see that. Keyshawn Robinson, our leading receiver in yards, over 2,000 yards this season, 35 yards per reception average, over 129 yards per game, 28 touchdowns, 445 yards worth of rack. Darius Farmer also broke the 1,000-yard mark with 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, and averaging almost 26 yards per catch. You love to see it. Our leading reception getter, Mr. Hudson Clement, senior Hudson Clement, 66 catches, 808 yards, 12 yards per reception, and 3 touchdowns on the year. This man will be surely missed, as 66 catches leads the team, and that man was special this year, and he stepped up when he needed to. Raymond Bolin, redshirt freshman, 50 catches, 600 yards, 4 tutties. Jaheim White, another 300 yards through the air or catching the ball. Dunbar, 196. Ray, 120. Ray was hurt for most of the year, so was Gallagher. You didn't see a lot of those guys. Senior Jarrell Williams will be leaving us with 6 catches and 59 yards. Scott Bloom, freshman, and as you can see, very nominal numbers below that. The most sacks given up was Mr. Xavier Bowsley. He is a senior with 8 sacks given up on 773 snaps. Lucas Austin, left tackle. Lucas Austin played right tackle this year, 799 snaps with 7 sacks. That's acceptable. You want to look for about a sack every 100 snaps if doable, and I think that ratio is pretty good. Mr. Cooper Young, 6 sacks on 790 downs. Maurice Hamilton, senior. Maurice Hamilton, 101 snaps, 5 sacks given up. Mr. Landon Livingston, center, 122 snaps, 2 sacks given up, senior. And Nick Crane came in for a little bit and got demolished in that play. So I don't know what we're going to do about him, but hopefully he develops really well in the offseason, or one of the freshmen we got coming in plays really well. On the defensive side of the ball, we are losing the heart and soul of this defense. We are losing Mr. Ben Cutter, senior, out of Denver, North Carolina. 91 total tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 8 interceptions from a middle linebacker is absolutely nuts. What else we have here? Forced fumbles. We had a couple of guys tied with 2. We had Zachariah Keith and Makai Byerson. And as you can see, the rest of these guys with 1. Touchdowns on the year, we had 3 touchdowns. Defensively, we had Ben Cutter get him 1, Jaden Pierce got him 1, and Mr. Marcus Morant got himself 1. But now let's go back over to tackles. Mr. Nelson, second on the team with 85 total tackles. Strong safety, Josiah Jackson, free safety with 84 total tackles. Ricky Williams, 81. Israel Boyce, 77. Still looking for his first career pick. Mr. Kenyon Wingate had a very, very solid end. Mr. Kenyon Wingate had a very solid back end of his year. as he finished up with 73 tackles and 5 interceptions on the year. Let's look at the sack leaders on the team. Mr. Zachariah Keith broke double digits with 12 sacks on the year. Makai Byerson with 8.5. Obina Nawara 6.5. 6.5 sacks. Mr. Ricky Williams with 3.5. Israel Boyce with 3 sacks, which was very big for us. Mr. Trey Lathan ended the year with 2.5 sacks after missing the majority of the year being hurt. Interception leaders, we had 2 with 8 interceptions. Ben Cutter, as previously mentioned. Jordan Jackson had 8. Nelson had 6. Keon Winke had 5. Josiah Jackson had 3. And we had a couple of guys tied with 1. This man, Lamar Strunk, is going to play a big role this year. Where we don't know for certain right now, but he will be on the field a lot. Nelson led the team in deflections with 9. Keon Wingate with 8. Jordan Jackson with 7. And I think that will do it for most of the guys that is leaving for us right now. We are also losing our senior kicker, Mr. RJ Kokan, 13 for 16, 54 is his longest, 87 for 88 on PATs. This man had a pretty solid career for us, if I say so myself. I mean, just look at the numbers he put up for us on 2 years starting, 13 for 14, longer 54 in his career. Will he get drafted? Probably not, but I feel like he's going to be a very accomplished kicker here in West Virginia, or was a very accomplished kicker here at West Virginia. But with that being done, we got the career numbers out the way. Let's advance to the new season, the start of 2027, the start of us trying to repeat as national champions, as Alonzo Turbin has us leading in a huge runaway for his recruitment. And we are here at the players leaving. Hopefully we don't have nobody transferring. Deshaun Horn is trying to transfer out for playing time. Well, he's in the mix to be in the starter next year. Come on back, let's run it back. And he is leaving. Deshaun Horn is leaving the West Virginia family. Very, very unexpected. That is something I was not planning for. But hopefully some of the other running backs in our running back room step up and fill the void that Deshaun Horn just created. That was out of left field. Wasn't expecting him to come back, especially with the persuasion chance being high. But, you know, next man up, here's all the seniors we are losing. Mr. Jaheim White is projected to go in the 4th round of the NFL draft. Good luck to the young man. Trey Lathan doesn't look like he's pursuing it. Mr. Nico Marisol is not pursuing the league either. And that's just unfortunate because I think some of those guys have some really, really good ball left in them. They probably go to the XFL or UFL, maybe some arena leagues. Hopefully they find what they need out of football. Mr. Robert Price is coming to West Virginia Mountaineer family, Hyattsville, Maryland, center. Love to see it. Feel like our board is pretty well set up. See if we can find some immediate impact transfers in the transfer portal right here and continue on the success that we had. As we have 3 players actually end up getting drafted. Jaheim White goes in the 3rd round, 1 round earlier. Mr. Ben Cutter gets drafted in the 6th round, and Nico Marisol is drafted in the 7th round. Very well deserved for those 3 guys. Hopefully they can make the roster and be very productive at the next level like they was here. And let's jump into the transfer portal. And this is how the board looks at the moment. We have 4 transfer guys on our board. First off, quarterback Ayrton Maiden, 6'2", 204 pounds, out of College Station, Texas. Look at the stats: 92 speed, 96 accel. An athlete like this doesn't come around too much, so when they do, you try to go grab them. And we are looking to bring in Arrington Maiden from the transfer portal. Fame Ejobe, I know I probably butchered his name, but he is a really, really good back. 91 speed, 94 acceleration, 99 agility, 99 change of direction. If we can get an athlete like this, you put him on the field and see what he can do. The next transfer we got, freshman middle linebacker Jeremy Robert out of Washington, Maryland. Very solid. One of those guys I feel like can play special teams for us early and maybe develop into a 3-down player for us on the defensive side of the ball. The last defensive transfer we have is Mr. T.J. Bacon, 6'5", 271 pounds, 75 speed, 85 strength, 77 agility. I think he has the ability to be really good if we can develop him the right way and get him on campus. The rest of the guys are high school guys. Mr. Doug Winton out of St. Louis, Missouri, 85 trucking, 87 speed, 88 excel, If we can get him in, since Deshaun Horn wants to leave us, maybe he could be a playmaker later in his career, because we did sign Mr. Marvin Rawls to be a power back for us. So we're not in too bad of a spot with Deshaun Horn leaving, but Deshaun Horn leaving is a very, very big missed opportunity for us and for him, if that's how we feel about it. I can't wait to see where he ends up, because we will be scheduling them later in his career. We have Mr. Stephen Brink, high school guy, 6'5", 206 pounds, out of Anaheim, California, 90 speed, 82 acceleration, 86 jump, 74 catching. One of those guys, if he works on his hands and speed, he might be able to get some really, really good reps later in his career for us. 6'4", Duke Abel, one of the guys we found in this recruiting cycle, 94 speed, 88 acceleration, 77 catching. Another one of those. He get on the jug machine. He might be something in the future for us. Power rusher Enrique Guda, out of Pleasanton, California, 6'4", 249 yards, 89 strength, 79 speed, and an 84 acceleration. That is a great baseline to work off of, especially with a 6'4", 250 pound frame. Mr. Felix Davis, free safety, 5'10", 205 pounds. One of those players we might consider moving into the box. We don't know yet, but if he gets on campus, we feel like he could be a very, very good playmaker for us. With 80 hit power and 85 speed to go along with it, we feel like he come inside, come in the box, and make something shake. Mr. Billy Nazul, Georgetown, Kentucky, friends with Jaron Poe, linebacker, 87 acceleration, 78 speed, 87 speed, something that we can work with. And Mr. David Constanzo, defensive tackle out of Union, New Jersey, one of the few high school guys that was on the board left for us. 81 power moves, 83 strength, 71 speed, 79 hit power, 80 acceleration. A depth piece right now, but who knows, with some development, he might be something for us. Kicker, Emmanuel Tavasi, high school guy. We know about him. We've been on him for a while. And Mr. Von Howden, just need to go ahead and commit, high school linebacker for us, 86 accel, 90 speed. We feel like he can come in and compete for special teams right away. And that is our board right now. As you can tell, everybody else is committed to be a Mountaineer in the near future, and we cannot wait to see how this class shapes up, as we are right now ranked 7th in the entire of America with 16 commits versus a lot of other people's 20 plus commits inside the top 5. Hopefully we can climb inside of the top 5, because if we do, that's going to open doors up for next year's recruiting class. And let's go ahead and advance the week and see if we get anybody to join the Mountaineer family after 1 week of recruiting. And we do not, we get locked out of Doug Witten's recruiting race, which kind of expected, with USC and Kansas State being on them, it looks like, for the majority of the year. But we'll live with that. And it looks like Duke is making a very hard push for Mr. Arrington Madden. We're going to have to up our game on that, as probably the rest of these guys are going to get 65 points from us. So I will be right back when we do that. Are receiving max points from now on, and we still have 365 points left. So we are in a pretty good spot in this recruiting game right now. And I just now realized I did not show y'all where the transfers will be coming from. We have the running back F-May and Joby coming from Minnesota, middle linebacker Jeremy Robert coming from New Mexico State, Mr. TJ Bacon coming from North Texas, and Mr. Arrington Madden coming from the University of Memphis. And that is if we are able to get all those guys and retain their services, as we sim to week 3 to see if anybody joins the family. Mr. Von Howden from Atlanta, Georgia, middle linebacker. Love to see it, as we are still in the running for a lot of guys, which is great to see for us. Let's go ahead and advance the week, and let's see what we can do to try to sweeten the pot for some of these guys, get some more of these guys on some visits. Mr. Arrington Madden is still getting looked at by Duke pretty impressively right now, but we're going to get him in on a visit week 3. Hopefully we can change his mind and sway him a little bit. F-May and Joby is getting pushed hard by Rutgers and Penn State. I believe that's what it was, and we don't know what he likes right now, so we're going to hold off on a visit for him. Jeremy Roper, it looks like we jumped Maryland, and we're going to get him on the first flight to West Virginia, and we cannot wait to see Mr. Jeremy in person. Hopefully he can't wait to see us. TJ Bacon is ready for a visit. We're going to get him on the first flight, and we're going to talk about Coach Prestige when he does get here. Love to see that. Who else is left? Stephen Brink. Just need to go ahead and commit, dog. We your only offer. Same thing with you, Duke Abel. Enrique Gouda. When would you like to come to campus? Let me know. Week 3 sounds great to me. Championship contender right off the back. You're coming into a winning program. I promise you, you won't regret it. Mr. Felix Davis, we jumped all the way up on his board, and we are the only offer right now for Felix Davis services. Love to see that. Billy Nazul, another one of those guys where we get him in, he's going to sit for a couple of years, and hopefully he comes out and makes immediate impact whenever he gets his opportunity. But with that being done, let's go ahead and advance to week 4 of the all-season recruiting. See who else we get. We get TJ Bacon out of Oklahoma, 2-star transfer. Stephen Brink, 3-star receiver out of Anaheim, California. Love to see it. David Castanado out of Union, New Jersey, defensive tackle. Great pickups for us. And F-May Ajobi goes to Rutgers University. Not that big of a loss. I mean, our running back room is pretty much a carbon copies of this guy, but it's always nice to have more than one. But it is what it is in that situation. He is going to the University of Rutgers. Best of luck to him. We need to see where our guy Deshaun Horn went. Get him off my board, please. Let's go. And you can come down here. Y'all join the family. This recruiting class is looking to be a great one for the University of West Virginia. Let's see where our former running back went at in this transfer portal. And his name is Mr. Deshaun Horn. And he is in his top 3 between University of Pittsburgh, Navy, and Massachusetts. Look like he was heavily recruited, which is a very good sign to see for some of our former players. He had at least 5 offers from Buffalo and Western Michigan also. But back to the players who want to be a Mountaineer. Looks like we're in a pretty good spot with a lot of these guys. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a 27-man deep class in this class. And we are still number 7 at the moment. But we are adding some key pieces in this next cycle. So with that being said, let's go and see in who we are able to flip on the last week. Hopefully we get 7 commits. Mr. Arrington Maiden, we win the QB battle for the College Station, Texas native. Love to see that. Jeremy Robert, middle linebacker out of New Mexico State, I believe, is joining the family. Enrique Gouda, right defensive end out of Pleasanton, California. Love to see it. Felix Davis, Homestead, Florida, free safety. Welcome to the family. That was only 4. Hopefully we got the other 3. They do that sometime. Why, I have no idea, but I am very, very nervous because some of those guys I feel like could be immediate impact players for us. And we did end up getting all of them. So 27 guys are joining the West Virginia Mountaineer family, and that makes this class the 7th class in America. Missing out on a top 5 class by a little over 5 total points. It is what it is. We'll be back next year. Those 3 stars. Those 32 stars might have hurt us, but it is what it is. I love this class. I love those 2 stars we got. Let's look at the position changes we can do. And there is a lot of position changes we will be doing. And let's go ahead and start off with the athletes. How many athletes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 athletes. Some of them, I think like 2 or 3 of them, defensive, offensive line. So we're going to figure that out really quick. Duke Abel was a receiver when we was scouting him and recruiting him, and he will play receiver here at West Virginia. And we're going to have to figure out the numbers at receiver because I think we have at least 11 or 12 total receivers on the roster, and we're not going to use 11 or 12 wide receivers. So some guys are going to go bye-bye. We got to figure out which ones it's going to be, though. Mr. Spencer Thompson, the quarterback who was an athlete that's not going to play quarterback here. He has between running back, wide receiver, or tight end. I think right now we're going to lean towards putting him at wide receiver, but we might look at him as a running back also, depending on how deep the wide receiver room gets. So let's go ahead and try to find the home for the rest of these guys. Mr. Enrique Gouda, go ahead and go to D-line. Doesn't matter which side. Y'all all play the same thing, or y'all all rotate in and out playing the same thing. Athlete, Mr. Von Howden, a middle linebacker or linebacker in general. We're going to go ahead and go to right outside linebacker for us. We'll figure it out later on the back end. We just got to get everybody in a certain position group right now. Ray DeMarco, the 4-star defensive end rusher. I think he's a 4-star or a 5-star. One of these guys are going to be elite for us. And Mr. Ray DeMarco, go ahead and go to left outside linebacker for us, please. And we will make sure that you get dealt with accordingly. And Billy Nazul, another linebacker for us. Go ahead and put him at left outside linebacker too. and we'll figure out the linebacker room after that. And I will be right back once I figure out where I want everybody at, and then we will go through the roster. We're going into spring training with to kick it off with the quarterbacks. Ryder Burton probably will not be on the team going into spring camp, but we have Jaron Poe, Brian Davis, true freshman Brian Davis, who will be competing for the starting spot. Tucker Rossi moving back to quarterback after playing receiver the last couple of years for us. Sergio Sharp still on the roster for us. I know what you're saying. Where's Kyle Hoops? We're about to get to him. Trust me. Marquise Williams, running back, 24. Trayvon Dunbar. Arrington Maiden, the quarterback that came here from the transfer portal, moved into running back, should be an explosive playmaker for us there. Marvin Ross, true freshman, power back for us. And Mr. Jimmy Malter is still on the squad, kicking for us. Jack Samarco, fullback. Rodney Gallagher, Traylon Ray, Keyshawn Robinson, Redarius Farmer, Kyle Heaps, the 6'5 quarterback turned receiver. Hopefully he gets on the field this year and makes an impact for us. We feel like the training will do very, very well with him, especially since we're moving him as a freshman to wide receiver. 6'5", can't tee tight, and hopefully he can be an extremely good playmaker for us on the outside for us. Frederick Bragg, Spencer Thompson, former quarterback also, James Prude, Marco Milano, Baron Tempted probably won't be on the roster come springtime. Jaden Smith, the same thing. Duke Abel. Raymond Boland, tight end 1, undisputed. Scott Bloom, it should be a very, very good player for us this year also. TJ Johnson in the mix. Former receiver Stephen Brink, another 6'5 guy, target for us. Probably going to redshirt this year and sit and learn the scheme, but once he gets going, put on some weight, he should be a very good tight end for us. Offensive line, Lucas Austin, backed up by Carlos Polares. Left guard, Cooper Young, backed up by Nick Brackett and Taylor Vernon, more likely a redshirt candidate. Center, Kyle Alter, another year, maybe 2 years. Tomas Millie backing him up. True freshman, probably going to be redshirted for us. Emmanuel Bean stepping into the starting role as a redshirt sophomore, love to see it. Robert Prince and Gabe Hawkins will more likely be redshirt. Nick Crane, right tackle, versus Kyle Kaczynski. I don't know how to say his name, but he will be competing for a starting spot. The 5-star tackle has committed to West Virginia, and he expects to make an immediate impact, and we can't wait to see that. Mr. Zachariah Keith on the defensive side of the ball. Elijah Kinsler, Evan Strong, Leon Jolly, TJ Bacon, Makai Byerson, Obina Onawaka, Kevin Flowers, Enrique Guda, Vernon Cruel. Defensive tackles, Marquise Moore, Nate Gabriel, Tommy Sweat, former defensive end, 5-star, Skylar Epperson, defensive tackle, Larry Kiki, Cortez Marvin, David Castellano, probably said his name wrong both of those times, but that's fine. Ricky Williams, left outside linebacker, Jaden Paris, Ray DeMarco, Billy Nazul, middle linebacker, Josiah Trotter, Lawrence Tololo, Diego DeLuca, Jeremy Robert, Felix Davis. Right outside linebacker, Isaiah Elkins, Clayton Linderbaum, another 5-star guy, if I do remember correctly. Jameson Bakhtiari, Von Howden. Cornerbacks, Jordan Jackson, Israel Boyce, Kenyon Wingate, Jamari Hallman, Josh McCracken, Mr. Clark, Lawrence Johnson, Nelson Finger. RT Kappa, Addison Wordle. Free safety room, deep 2, Josiah Jackson, Greg Theus, Marcus Morant, Chuck Matthews, Daniel Bakersville, and Mr. Pete Seffler, true freshman. Strong safety, Aiden Nelson's back. Jason Cross moved from free safety to strong safety. Lamar Strong and Zay Jennings. True freshman kicker, Emmanuel Tavasi. Mr. Jaquez Crompton will probably take over both of those roles for us. But let's look at the National Signing Day one more time. Let's look at the 5-star guys we got, and let's see who the 4 defense playmakers should be for us going early into this year. Clayton Linderbaum, Ray DeMarco, Kyle K, and Skylar Epperson are our 5-star recruits in this class. I expect those guys to be really, really elite going down the line. Evan Strong was a very highly rated 4-star. So was Taylor Vernon. So was James Prude. A lot of these guys are going to make impacts on this team in the near future. And I can't wait to see what the near future holds for them. And let's go ahead and advance the week and see what we got next. All right, we got some points. Let's go ahead and look at the training results. Who took the offseason hard? Who hit it hard for us? It doesn't look like a lot of movement. No 90s on the team right now. That's not the best sign in the world, but it's not the worst. Fastest player on the team is for Keyshawn Robinson, Israel Boyce, Redarius Farmer, all coming in at 99 speed. Israel Boyce coming in at 99 speed and 99 excel. Very good to see. Redarius Farmer has 99s across agility, change of direction, and speed. You love to see it. 98 acceleration, almost the best on the team. Awareness, who's the most aware on the team? Mr. Rodney Gallagher and Zachariah Keith, strongest on the team. Mr. Cooper Young, you love to see the offensive linemen that are strong. We also have Josiah Trotter on that list, as he is the, well, I'm not going to say the only linebacker on the list. Mr. Jamison Bakatiari is on it, but he is the second strongest player on our team, which is very impressive to be as a linebacker. Trucking, Brandon Cruel still probably not the best spot for him, being the defensive end, but 84 trucking leads the team. Trayvon Dunbar, 82. Scott Bloom, 77. Who has the best hands on the team? Let's see. 99 catching from Jason Cross, and he is playing strong safety for us. How did that slip through me not putting him as receiver? I have no idea, but he is strong safety, and maybe give him a couple packages on offense. Marcus Moran can catch. Why is the top of our catchings all defensive players? I'm not knocking it, but Jesus, where are the receivers at? Okay, Darius Farmer coming in at a 91 catch with a 99 speed. Can't really beat that. Who's going to fumble the least on the team? Trayvon Dunbar. You love to see that. All right, let's go ahead and advance the week, and we're going to set up the depth chart after this, and see what we're working with. Let's see what we got. Custom conferences, encourage transfers. Who is not going to be a part of this team? We got 5 cuts to make. I know at least 3 of them off the back. Mr. Ryder Burton appreciates your service, but they will be no longer needed. Jaron Poe moves up to an 85 overall. You love to see it. Sophomore year, he had a very, very big jump for us. All right. Running back room, we'll keep all y'all safe for right now. Raw receiver room, Mr. Jaden Smith, you can go. You're no longer needed here. And Baron Tipton, I believe, was the other one, and it was. We don't need him. Junior, kind of older for us. We don't really need him on the squad at the moment. Tight end, all you guys are safe. TJ Johnson, we will come back to you if we got to come back, but I feel like that's going to be a pretty safe room for us. Who else? Offensive line, pretty thin as it is. Nobody's going to be gone from that. Defensive line, I like everybody in this room. I don't think we're really going to get anybody. I don't think we're going to get rid of anybody from that room. Maybe a Larry Kiki, but not too sure on that. Defensive line, pretty safe. Pretty safe, I would say. Jaden Pears had a very big play for us. I want to say early in the playoffs or late in the season where he scored a touchdown for us. We remember that, and we will not be cutting him at the moment right now. Linebackers, Lawrence Tolololo. Looks like he is falling behind the pack. He is the fastest linebacker we got outside of Jeremy Robert, but he does not look like he has been development as much as Diego DeLuca, and we'll have to keep that in mind as he is a cut candidate for our team. Defensive wise, who else is available for us to cut? Lawrence Johnson, you can go. You're never going to sniff the field. R.T. Carpa, you can go. You're never going to sniff the field. Mr. Clark Sr., you're never going to sniff the field. All right, that brings us down to 85 even. And we got one more to cut, and we will be cutting Mr. Chuck Matthews. Free safety, we don't need him. I mean, we already pretty deep at the position as it is. And that is the roster going into the spring training right now. Let's go ahead and advance it. No reason to mess with any of the custom conferences or nothing like that. Unless I want to start doing a deregulation system, which I might after this season. I just got to remember who the champions and who's not the champions and who had bad seasons. Let's go ahead and do a custom schedule, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up with Alabama. I forgot to see where the Horn went, but that's fine. We'll just look back on it and figure it out that way. I mean, he was down to 3 scores the last time we looked. All right, and we got to go to Texas Tech again. Why? That's insane. It is very hard to play there. Alabama first on the list. I'm pretty sure Emmanuel went there, and I cannot wait to see him again. and I cannot wait to see that man again. Boise State, that'll be a playoff rematch, and we get that game at home, or I might put it away. I want to play in the blue turf also. And who else do we have here? We're already getting a rematch with Texas Tech. Who is another school that I said I wanted to see? Was it Oklahoma? Or was it Texas A&M? Should we go to the 12th man? I think we're going to the 12th man. And this game will be home versus Boise State, because we are going on the road to face a very, very dangerous team in Alabama and in Texas A&M, two SEC schools. In our non-conference play, two SEC teams. Should be very exciting for everybody involved on the team. We're going to set up our recruiting board off screen. As you can see, we're going to have to go through a lot. But with that being said, I will reveal the board before the first game of the new season. Like always, if you guys enjoy the series, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. I lied. Let's see if we got any preseason All-Americans. I don't think we will, because they hate on us for some reason, and that's crazy. Keyshawn Robinson's not on the list, and he was a very, very big player in the year last year. Marquise Williams on this list. This list makes zero sense. He didn't even play last year. Josiah Jackson back on the free safety for the first team. Keyshawn Robinson makes second team. So does Ronnie Gallagher. Either one of these guys played a lot of reps last year, so I'm very confused by the listing of these guys. Zachary Keith made second team. Marquise Moore, he barely played. Ricky Williams made the list too. Not the best list. I guess we're just going to have to wait till the real Big 12 list come out, because that was a bunch of hogs. Wash. We come in at number 7 in the preseason, and that's where we're going to leave it at. Like always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.